Welcome basketball fans to the highly anticipated PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024. We are live here in Quezon City at the Victoria Sports Tower. And today we are set to witness a thrilling clash of titans as teams from across the globe converge to showcase their prowess on the hardwood. The name is Chop Pangilinan covering the action with Coach Carmelo Navarro. And for our games today, as you can see, 4 games on our schedule today, so make sure to stay tuned. But for now, our game, Philippines versus Canada. So take note of that. Of course, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Philippines again versus Italy, and North America versus Canada once again playing. So that is our games for today, July 17, 2024. Once again, it's Chop Pangilinan with Coach Carmelo Navarro. Coach, good morning to you.
Good morning, Troy, and good morning to all the supporters of PSL. Hatid natin ngayon, no? Exciting games. Philippines against Canada. This is going to be a thrilling of a match.
Definitely, again, one team, our home team, Philippines, and ito naman Canada, the visiting team. But as of right now, tournament format, Coach Melo, would you do the honor?
It's going to be a double round robin to determine the placing. And it's going to be a crossover semifinals, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and the winners will advance to the winner-take-all championship game.
And there you go. Let's turn it over now to our venue announcer for the start of our ball game.
Victoria Sports Club, Quezon City. Introducing first your starting lineup for your Team Philippines. Point guard, number 25, Iverson.
And let's take a look on our starting five. Again, born 2008 division. For Philippines, we have Pineda, Lagman, Zapata, Tulabut, and Peña. For Canada, we have Martinez, Cersadias, Langman, Dino, and Adelantar. As we await the start of our ball game, once again in the born 2008 division. Again, our home team, the Philippines, facing the visiting antagonists all the way from Canada, a team named God is Good and Great, or Triple G, if I may say so. And a helter-skelter basketball to start our ball game, but Philippines will look to run it. They're unable to convert. Peña. First bucket of the game is good.
Eugene Peña is one of the guys na aasahan talaga dito ng Philippines natin. No? It's because of the stellar play that he's had here in the PSL.
And Coach Melo, let's talk about first yung naging journey ng ating team Philippines. As we all know, most of these players, actually, dalawa lang naman nadagdag sa Luwid Kapampangan to represent the Philippines. They actually finished at first runner-up sa leg nila, but right now they're representing the Philippines. So, your thoughts about that?
Well, it's not how you start, but how you end. Maganda nga yung naging journey nila. No? Not really, kumbaga, not expected to be here, but then again, pinatunayan nila na they are deserving to be part of the Global Championship.
And I saw it with my own eyes that when they lost against Pangasinan in that Batangas leg finals, there were tears sa eyes nila. But right now, mukhang sulit naman. All the hard work, all, the disappointment na face nila.
So sometimes you need to face a setback para mas ma-motivate ka palalo. And because of that loss, itong si Eugene Peña nga, grabe yung in-elevate nung laro niya. And there was one game that I covered, naka-6 o 7 3 points against very strong team. That was the semifinals of the national championship.
And that's one guy that Canada will have to take a look into. I mean, a big guy, mostly kilala natin as a bruiser, but now can take the shots. And not to mention mga kakampi niya rin, big time, the likes of Tulabut, who performed big for them.
And this is a deep bench for Philippines. Imagine, nasa upuan pa tong sila Leodil Hilot and even the likes of John-Carl Canapi.
And again, not really a part of Luwid Kapampangan, pero was inserted into the Philippines lineup. So, for sure, that's gonna be added reinforcement sa team na to. But on the side of Canada, if we're gonna be honest, we're not really familiar with these players, pero sometimes, yung element of surprise that can really help your team.
So one of the things that we observed from the visiting teams, grabe yung nila, yung fundamentals. Every player talaga makikita mo yung disiplina and the aggressiveness. So pero na-mention nga nila na one of the challenges is yung physicality nga raw ng brand of game dito sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Well, that's Philippine basketball for you. And speaking of physicality, looks like Tulabut will shoot 2 free throws after getting fouled. And again, you've mentioned it, Coach Melo, physicality has been a problem for the visiting teams, but we'll talk about that more after a timeout called right here by Team Philippines, as we'll be right back. Back to the action right here as we take a look on these free throws being shot by Tulabut, as first one is good. And going back to your point, Coach Melo, again, aside from the physicality nga na hinaharap ng ating visiting teams, a silver lining is basketball is, really evident lalo na sa buong globe, no? Not even in the Philippines, not only in the Philippines is it a religion, pero other countries are really loving the sport as well.
Alam mo, basta't may Pilipino Sigurado may basketball. As we take a look at that basket from Team Canada, yung makikita mo, di ba, yung ball movement, di ba, yung disiplina nila to really share that basketball, yun yung kapansin-pansin doon sa ating mga visiting teams.
And you really love to see that, kahit pa paano may different brand of basketball being introduced to our homeboys as of right now. Let's take a look on what they'll do in this possession. Looks like they will lose the leather. It'll go out of bounds. Canada will try to save it, but looks like possession staying with Team Philippines. So it's a baseline inbound. Looks like Iverson Pineda. That was intended for Lagman. But here comes Team Canada looking to run the pace. Pulls up. That won't go.
And with the way we know itong Pampanga, this type of pace is in favor of them. Yung takbuhan, transition.
Looks like they've met their opponent. As that is a failed attempt right there coming from Adelantar, but he shall shoot 2 free throws.
Sumasabay din talaga sa takbuhan itong Canada, no? And looks like they've already adjusted kasi kahapon I heard stories na yung weather daw, malaking adjustment sa kanila because merong isang team nga dahil pag alis daw nila doon sa kanila medyo kumbaga medyo winter pa yung dating. Kaya again, it's a huge adjustment. Pero despite those variables, lumabas talaga yung mga laro. Ang ganda ng mga games natin yesterday.
And again, you know the saying, Coach Melo, no excuses as that is sank by Martin Adelantar. Meanwhile, let's take a look in this possession by the Philippines. Peña out to Pineda. Getting some quality minutes right here for Team Philippines. Peña will hand it off. Oh, Lagman will lose it. Picked up by Eugene Peña at the wing. Will hand it off. Pineda attacks the lane. Will lose the leather. Adelantar. Now here comes Team Canada on the other side. And that'll be 2 free throws once again for Team Canada as we have a deadlock at 8.
Another transition attack for Canada. It all started with that great defense that they just showed us. Grabe yung collapse nila dun sa shaded area. Really preventing any easy drives para dito sa Pilipinas.
As of right now, it's Caden Dino. Look at the shoot some free throws. As first one won't go for him. Again, we have a deadlock at 8. Just less than 6 minutes remaining in our first chapter. And once again, we are in our 2008 division. As we see Mr. Canapi and Mr. Hilot being inserted into the ball game along with Chester Tolabut. So definitely some entertaining couple of minutes. At least we're hoping so. As that is a bucket. Sacked by Jansen Zapata.
And this is the familiar full court pressure mula dito sa Pampanga.
But Canada quick to break that press. Caden Dino once again.
And you would see the discipline. Halos walang nag-dribble doon aside from the player who would attack the basket.
Meanwhile, the spin. Zapata going to work inside but gets fouled. Another pair of free throws coming up for Team Philippines.
Jansen Zapata, one player who's very instrumental para dito sa ating Philippine team. As we take a look at this fast break attack, kita mo naman yun, that ball fake really took away the defense.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even notice he, pulled off a fake because of how quick that action was.
Even on the slow-mo, ang bilis pa rin eh.
But for Zapata, he's able to knock down a free throw to make that 12-10. So it looks like Team Canada will take their time. So we're seeing Martinez inside the court, looking to be their primary ball handler. They pass it around the arc. They will settle for a 3. They will knock one down from deep.
Great execution para dito sa panig ng Canada with that 1-3-1 offense. Cross-court pass, finding that shooter.
How do you like that one? Canada now on top with a 1-point lead. Hilot will hand it off. Canapi. Team Philippines passing the ball around. The pick from Zapata. The attack. Basket and one. That is Mr. Jay Castro.
What a move para dito kay Jay Castro. This guy is averaging 6.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 1 assist per ball game. But for today, a lot will be expected from him, complementing the very strong backcourt that they have.
He completes a three-point play and more importantly, giving the Philippines a 2-point lead. Canada looking to take their time once again. They pass it around. Good defense from Zapata. And they're able to get the leather. Canapi, forward pass. The other Pineda will score for Philippines.
Look at that high-octane basketball being displayed by both these teams. Philippines though, lamang no in terms of numbers ng personnel. So, it's a great challenge for Canada kung masusustain ba nila yung ganitong klaseng pace ng ball game.
But Canada looking to not back down anytime soon. They will misfire on that three. Hilot. Shift speed, hands it off. Zapata once again.
And that's going to be dangerous if the big guys are hitting those perimeter shots because that should extend the defense and open up driving lanes for the guards.
Take a look on this possession of the steal by Castro. Ground defender inside. He scoops it up and in.
Another easy basket para dito sa panic ng Pampanga. That time around, courtesy of that great anticipation of the passing lanes by Jay Castro.
Meanwhile, Canada now down by 8. But they're not pressing the panic button as that'll be good defense coming from Tracy Pineda. And Hilot putting a couple of moves. Will send it out. Canapi for three. Won't get that to go. And some intense contact underneath, but looks like possession staying with Philippines. Let's take a look on what happened that time, or rather the last possession as Zapata continuing to contribute for Team Philippines. Ito naman Jay Castro, no defender in sight as he intercepts the passing lanes.
This is a great run for the Philippines. Almost it's an 8-0 run actually. After that three-pointer ng Canada, medyo napako na sila.
Well, who better to represent the Philippines than, you know, boys from Pampanga?
Looks like there's a wet spot on the floor. Ayun.
So it's Tracy Pineda at the free throw line. Again, that's one of two Pinedas. As Iverson Pineda taking a seat as of right now. His first one is good for Tracy. Correction, that's three Pinedas actually. So there's Joshua Caleb Pineda, Iverson Pineda, and Tracy Pineda, just for, you know, everybody's information. As Hilot not wasting any time, a three-point swing for Philippines.
Ito nag-iisa to, Yodel Hilot. Yung kanyang talent, no, talagang pataas na ng pataas. He's maturing and yung kanyang decision making is on another level.
And definitely nag-iisa lang ang Mr. Leo Del Hilot. And speaking of, he brings the ball down, not wasting any time, will hand it off. Good passing, but they will lose it to Team Canada. Here we go. Martinez steps on the brakes, a crossover, sends it out. Nowhere to go, they put one up. And that will go in, courtesy of John Richard Pineda, this time of Canada.
So that's the unselfishness of Canada. Every time they attack the basket, they're looking to create and make their teammates' lives easier in scoring.
And again, that has been the brand that you've been talking about, Coach Melo. But right now, that's a rejection coming from Sir Sajas, their team captain. And speaking of, the same guy holding the leather will fade away, but will miss. And as of right now, that'll mean, or rather, a foul is gonna be called. So make that a 9-point lead for Team Philippines. Under 2 minutes remaining in our first chapter. And it's 2 penalty free throws for Mr. Hilot. And with that free throw, he makes it a double-digit lead. So he goes 1 out of 2, and Canada will get possession. And here we go, Canada. Having possession right now again. Took their time for the past possessions. As that is silky smooth jumper coming from John Richard Pineda.
And if you're the Philippines, you don't want to give up those shots, no? Yung perimeter sa mga short corners because that's gonna be too easy para dito sa Canada.
Meanwhile, Canapi for 3. He will overshoot it. Here comes Sersages, their team captain, attacking, scoring, basket, and 1. Ethan Sersages, ladies and gentlemen.
And this is what we talked about, the running game of Canada. Nasasabayan. At minsan nga, napapahirapan itong Pilipinas. And in this last sequence against 2 white shirts, not a problem para dito sa Canada.
And again, Coach Melo, props to these boys from Canada. They're, you know, matching the speed, the physicality of Team Philippines.
Oo, totoo.
Meanwhile, Canada able to make it just a 6-point lead. It came from 10. But Philippines will have something to say about it. Pineda won't go. Here goes the red shirts. They continue to attack. They will send it out. They will settle for a 3. But they won't knock it down. Out of bounds possession going to the Philippines.
Although they missed that shot once again. Good ball movement para dito sa Canada. Inside-outside attack ang ginagawa nila dito.
Canapi now to Hilot. They set up the offense. Canapi in and out of that 3. And here goes Jaden Martinez attacking the lane. Tough shot. Getting fouled. But you know, you gotta give props to Martinez, the fearlessness in driving, Coach Melo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these guards of Canada, they're not intimidated by anyone. Kanina pa yan, pangatlong beses na inatake nila yung mga big man itong Pilipinas. And they're getting those fouls.
Looks like they were oriented kung anong klaseng team ba yung makakaharap nila.
Oo.
This first one going in for Jaden Martinez.
And one advantage for Canada. Meron silang mga clips na pwedeng pagbasihan because of the previous games nga nitong Philippines, itong Pampanga team.
So again, Canada does have that element of surprise behind them as they're able to cut it to just a 4-point lead for Philippines. As we're seeing some new faces here for Canada as well for Team Philippines. So just 25 seconds remaining. And our first chapter. Looks like Philippines will finally take their time after running. 15 seconds remaining. Pineda now to Lagman. They pass it around. Back to Pineda. Back to Lagman. He fires one. Unable to make it. Last 5 seconds. They are running. They continue to run. Canada able to put one in. Right at the buzzer, courtesy of Nathan Tabisola.
That is a great move from Tabisola. The Philippines having 4 white shirts in that last sequence. Again, hindi na naman napigilan itong mga mabibilis na gwardiya ng Canada.
Canada looking to be a serious threat to Team Philippines as we end chapter number 1. It's 25-23, only a 2-point lead for Team Philippines as once again this is the PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024. We return to the action right here, and we're seeing the crowd live in Victoria Sports Tower in Quezon City, the biggest city in the Philippines. And again, this is a match between Team Philippines and Team Canada. And again, Coach Melo, after that big-time buzzer-beating shot coming from Nathan Tabisola, Canada able to cut the lead to just 2 by Team Philippines. And I'm sure by right now, you can say Canada is a serious threat to our homeboys.
Well, it's because they were able to match the intensity of Philippines, and also na-atake nila tayo early in the shot clock because of that quick transition game that they're playing right now. In fact, itong Canada is shooting a high percentage clip, 52%, 10 out of 19. Pilipinas naman with a 9 out of 18, 50% shooting from the field.
So still a long way to go. You really can't conclude who will win this one yet. But that'll be more exciting for us basketball fans and viewers. Once again, you can tune in to this game either on our Facebook live stream or our YouTube live stream, as we're also having another game on court number 1. Still live here in the Victoria Sports Tower.
Another interesting stat here, 0 out of 7 itong Pampanga from the three-point line. That's usually one of their strengths.
Good point there, Coach Melo. Again, Philippines have the likes of Peña, Canapi, known three-point shooters, yet they're not able to make one yet.
Make that 0 out of 8.
And that'll be another problem Philippines will have to find a solution for. But for right now, Canada just down by 2 and they have possession. But that's a foul going to be called on the side of Philippines.
It'll be on Ashley Sundiang. But he was late in trying to cover that passing lane, and yung momentum niya didn't help him that time dahil napatulak siya from behind.
So make that first team foul of Team Philippines right here. Meanwhile, Canada, they send it outside. Nowhere to go. They pass it around the arc. They settle for a mid-range jumper, but it's in.
And I like the confidence na pinapakita nitong Canada. That was a nice looking jump shot mula dito kay Martin Adelantar.
And you've mentioned, Coach, that has been one of the bread and butter for Team Canada. Meanwhile, they have the possession. They send it outside, but they will get called for a traveling violation.
Oh, that time around, Canada already had an open shot, but still opting to look for a better one. Those are the types of turnovers na minsan as a coach, matatanggap mo eh. Kasi alam mo na nagtatry silang mag-create pa ng mas maganda.
Well, that is indeed an interesting take, Coach, because other coaches will say mas magandang naka-attempt ka from deep.
Because if you're looking at the big picture, because they're looking for better quality shots. Eto, speaking of quality shots, Eugene Peña taking it strong underneath.
Quality shot coming from a quality player. Peña able to put Philippines up top by 2. Meanwhile, Canada has the possession. Aguada sends it inside. They have nowhere to go. Peña able to get the leather. Hilot on the break. In traffic, puts one in.
Specialty of the house para kay Leonid Hilot. Open court basketball. That's automatic para sa kanya.
Aguada up top. Finds someone inside. They slip out of it. They keep it alive. That is good. The courtesy of Martin Adelantar once again.
That perimeter shooting of Canada is on point for today. I don't think they've missed one shot mula dyan sa perimeter.
And specifically from that guy, Martin Adelantar. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Hilot fires one. 0 out of 9, Coach Melo. Meanwhile, Lagman takes it inside. One-hander still won't fall. And Canada looking to not waste any time. They try to pass it inside, out of bounds. And possession staying with Team Canada. So it's 29-27, a 2-point lead for Team Philippines. 3 minutes gone by in our second chapter. Set it to the corner, they fire one and they sink one home, courtesy of Kaden Dino.
Canada playing like a home team, no? Sila pa ang nakakapukol ng mga long shots dito. Mukhang gamay na nila yung court natin dito sa Victoria Sports.
Well, you know, kahit saan court pa yan, if shooter ka, coach.
Kaya hindi ako makashoot eh.
And speaking of hindi makashoot, Philippines still struggling to shoot from deep.
So para dito sa Pilipinas, ano? This low percentage scoring from the outside shouldn't stop them from taking quality shots. Kung open yan, they still need to take it.
And with confidence.
Oo.
And finally, more than Adelantar will miss. Surely Philippines love that, but Canada able to get it back. Here comes Aguada, one-hander, won't fall. Adelantar still won't go for Canada. Peña, sloppy pass once again for Team Philippines.
And look at how prepared Team Canada is for that running game. Almost every time, meron minimum 2 tao na naka-safety on defense. That's why it's very hard for Philippines right now to execute their open court basketball.
It looks like we'll talk about that more after a timeout called by Team Philippines. It's 29-30, Philippines down by 1. Back to the action right here after a timeout called by Team Philippines. And Coach Melo, you've mentioned that Canada is aware of that run in game. Speaking of Nathan Tabisola, contributing 10 points, 3 rebounds for his team, Team Canada, the visiting antagonists. And again, Coach Melo, you've mentioned Canada being prepared for that run and gun game. Let's talk about the hustle as well. You know, bodies diving for basketballs.
And they were able to force Pampanga to 7 turnovers already and scoring 8 points off of those errors. So laking bagay talaga.
Talk about making the most of your chances. Making the most of your opponent's errors. Meanwhile, 6 seconds to shoot for Team Philippines. Tulabut with some pressure. He hands it off. And that's a traveling violation called.
Turnover number 8 para dito sa Pilipinas.
So definitely Philippines will have to take care of the ball more. But right now, Canada will settle for 3. Adelantar will miss it. They save it, keeping it alive. Adelantar once again attacks. Tries to put one up, will miss. Looks like he will shoot 2 free throws.
The Philippines right now being out-hustled by this Canada teams. Kita mo naman yung palabas na yung bola, still able to save it, and because of that, scrambling defense and ang bilis ng bola ng Canada on the weak side, hindi na alam sinong kukuha dito kay Adelantar.
And again, Coach, you know, we've hyped up Philippines. You're talking about how, you know, Filipinos, Kapampangans specifically like to hustle. But as of right now, the Canadians looking to, well, they're still Filipino, pero the boys from Canada, you know, out-hustling their opponents.
They seem to be a step quicker dito sa ating first half. I'm sure that's something itong Pampanga will take a look at during the halftime break.
Definitely still early in the ball game. But you know, if you're Philippines, you don't want to give a huge margin. As Hugo One-hander inside, able to sink it for Team Philippines.
That time around, half-court execution para dito sa Pampanga. And they ended up with that floater from Hugo.
Adelantar sends it. They swing it around the arc. Mid-range jumper won't sink. And here goes Hugo once again. This time it's Tulabut. What an attack from Chester Tulabut.
And if you're Canada, that should be a scary thing for you, because if you start missing those outside shots, that would mean long rebounds and opportunity for Pampanga to run.
Let's take a look in this one. They will settle for another jump shot. They get it back, keeping it alive. Sending it out once again. Aguada, another send out. They fire for three. In and out of that shot. They get it back. This is gonna be their fourth try, and still won't go for them. They almost get it back. They do. Adelantar passes it inside. They lose the leather. Adelantar once again.
Scrappy basketball being played here by Canada. That rebound was already secured by Eugene Peña, pero napakialaman pa rin, resulting to that easy two.
And both teams really wanting a piece of that leather. Meanwhile, Tulabut will miss on that spin around jumper. Both teams wrestling for the basketball. Tulabut still has it. Now it's Peña. Elbow jumper, that is good.
That's gonna be crucial para dito sa Pilipinas, because that defense of Canada is extending in the perimeter, and if he's gonna continue making those shots in the middle, that's a good sign for Pampanga.
Meanwhile, basket and one. What a play for Team Canada.
Able to find the gap in the defense with that 45 gut. Itong si Dino able to connect with that two-pointer. Already has 7 points here in this game. Make that 9 after that basket. Tinan mo naman yung cut na yun, ano? Catching two defenders napping.
Not only the cut, but the pass coming from Ethan Sersajas, their team captain. They still have it. That's what a 4-point swing for Canada.
Don't look now. They're already up here in the game by 3 points. Canada turning things around. The momentum definitely on their side.
Good pass to Labut. That came from Peña.
And again, that's because Peña is a known scorer, no? Kaya naging effective yung kanyang drive na yun.
Meanwhile, step back three. That won't hit the rim. They keep it alive. Still with Canada. Martinez. Good passing. Adelantar for three. Won't fall. They die for the basketball. But last touch going to be called on Rashard Cruz of Philippines.
Let's take a look at this play once again. Getting the ball in the middle to Eugene Peña, who gives that alley-oop pass papunta dito kay Tulabut. Kita mo yung attention na nakuha ni Eugene Peña doon sa gitna. Lahat nagko-collapse sa kanya eh.
And again, that's what you get if you have a threat like Eugene Peña. Meanwhile, Adelantar continues to fire. That won't sink. They keep it alive once again as Adelantar still won't go for Team Canada. Martinez, they swing it around. Out to Martinez once again. Sersajas, the team captain. Elbow jumper, that falls.
And I love the ball movement that Canada is doing here. Hindi nagtatagal ng 2 segundo yung bola sa kamay ng isang player.
Definitely, team ball movement has been their bread and butter. And of course, that silky smooth mid-range jumpers. As we shall take a short break. And we are back here in the PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024. And let's take a look at this Jacob Langman guy. He already has 12 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 steals. That's definitely another weapon for Team Canada. So it's 40-37. Team Canada giving our homeboys a hard time. Meanwhile, Peña at the corner sends it out. Pineda against Martinez. Canapi sends it to the other side. Castro. Now it's Peña. 3 seconds violation called.
That offense of the Philippines taking too much time to develop. Nakapwesto na for the rebound itong Pilipinas.
Canada. Again, they have a 3-point lead. Sarsaja sends it out. Martinez for 3. Won't fall. Rebound by Pineda. Intercepted. Martinez the hustle. Finds Sarsajas. That is good. What a move.
What about that? Nagkape sa ere. Inilipat pa sa kaliwang kamay yung tira na yun. This Canada team is for real.
What just happened right there?
Pampanga is usually the team forcing turnovers, pero dito sa larong to, sila ang nagtatapo ng bola and it results to this types of plays. What about that?
Canada shocking the Philippines as of right now. They settle for a 3, they make one, courtesy of Nathan Tabisola.
Look at the crowd and the bench of Canada enjoying every basket here in this game. They're already up by 8.
The tables have indeed turned as Peña will answer back with a triple.
Much needed basket para dito sa Pampanga. Eugene Peña, one guy who needs to light it up soon para sa kanila.
Able to cut it to 5. They swing it around. Adelantor for 3. Won't get that to go. Rebound by Canada. Martinez has it. Inside. They send it outside. Sarsajas misfiring. Pineda the board. Castro forward pass intercepted by Adelantor. Last touch called on Canada.
They're just playing with so much energy. Talking about Canada, active hands, yung kanilang court awareness. This is really impressive.
Again, Coach, off the air, you told me hindi ganito kahapon, or rather hindi ganito the other games ang Team Canada. But as of right now, evident yung changes. And we'll end our first half right here as it's 45-40. And after that impressive run from Team Canada, they're able to give themselves a 5-point lead. But Philippines, having the likes of Eugene Peña, Chester Tulabon, I'm sure they won't back down as we'll await the start of our second half. So at the half, it's 45-40. Just a 5-point lead by the boys from Canada. And once again, we are in the 2008 division. So again, we expected Philippines to really play rough, to play physical, but we didn't expect Canada to match their physicality, their hustle. Coach Melo.
It was actually Canada who dictated the tempo of this ball game, but those plays like that from Eugene Peña and Tulabot, that's going to be needed by Philippines. Pero this has been the theme of the game. Forcing turnovers and then nakakatakbo. Itong Canada, and that ball movement of theirs is really on another level.
And again, it's 45-40 as we're awaiting the start of our second half.
Pero ito talaga yung crucial dyan. In terms of the numbers, Canada with 16 assists compared to the 10 of the Philippines. And the turnover story, 11 turnovers para dito sa panig ng Pilipinas. That resulted to 8 turnover points for Canada. And look at the scoring in the paint. Lamang dito ang Pilipinas by 6. But then again, that's not enough. Dahil kailangan dito, talagang mapigilan nila yung magandang opensa nitong Canada.
That is not enough indeed. Very well said, Coach Melo, as the Philippines will have to level up whatever it is they're doing. Meanwhile, good patience on the side of Sir Sajas, but that won't go in for him.
It's actually the intangibles na ginagawa dito ng Canada. Look at that. Once again, playing the passing lane, tapping that ball away. Babalik pa sa kanila bola.
And the intangibles indeed is what carrying Canada, or at least one of the things carrying Canada with this 5-point lead right now. That's another whistle this time, a traveling violation called. So Hilot brings it down for Team Philippines. Finds Canapi, he fires one up. Finally a three-point field goal.
And that's one guy who needs to get more touches para dito sa Pilipinas. Giancarl Canapi knocking down his first three-pointer of the game.
And that's the Giancarl Canapi we know, but Adelantar finds Philippines sleeping on defense.
Hindi ka pwedeng mag-celebrate after a basket. Itong Canada quick to push that ball and once again scoring another bank shot from the perimeter.
Philippines a chance to respond. Peña sends it to Canapi. Sends it to the corner. Lagman for three. Two straight three-pointers for Team Philippines.
Great setup job para dito sa Pilipinas. Tulabot with that screen for the shooter to the corner.
And finally, the Philippines playing some defense. Meanwhile, Hilot goes to the floor. And it's a foul going to be called on Jaden Martinez.
Good start para dito sa panig ng Pilipinas here in the third, quickening the pace of the game. And what about that screen? Making that three-pointer possible. Yan yung team game na hinahanap natin from Pampanga.
Chester Tulabut, the one to provide that screen. And Mr. Lagman, the one to sink that three-pointer. Meanwhile, Peña, no choice but to go outside. Canapi sends one inside, another one outside. Could have been three straight for Philippines.
Dito masusubukan yung composure at maturity nitong Canada. Philippines making a run.
Out of bounds, last touch called on Canada, so Philippines will gain possession. Just a one-point lead right now, came from 5. As Canapi will fire one and a foul. Another one called on Jaden Martinez.
Not a good foul para dito sa Canada. You do not want to give Giancarl Canapi a chance to build his confidence from the free throw line.
And again, we all know the likes of Mr. Canapi definitely can light it up from deep, actually anywhere from the hardwood. So you definitely, again, don't want to give him his rhythm. His first one is good for Giancarl Canapi.
Yun ang masakit sa foul na yun. Easily that could have been avoided. At tumama nga lang halos sa may siko itong si Giancarl.
Nonetheless, that's good news for Team Philippines as he goes for 2 free throws. One last on its way. 3 minutes gone by, rather 2 minutes gone by in our third period. So that's 3 out of 3 for Giancarl Canapi. Sarsajas has it, the team captain. So it's Aguada. Now, Canada swing it around, finds Adelantar inside.
Good read on that handoff. He saw that he's being denied and that triggered that backdoor play para dito sa Canada.
And again, one of the many reasons Canada has been succeeding, their ball movement. Meanwhile, Tulabut, Peña once again, that's good.
The Filipinas that time showing their version of a team game as they force a turnover here.
Tulabut, acrobatic move. Make that a 4-point lead for our homeboys.
A 13-4 run para dito sa Pilipinas. An impressive start here in the third quarter.
And they were down by 5 at the end of the first half. Right now, they're up by 4. Nowhere to go. They fire one up. Tried it off the glass, won't fall.
Opensiba naman itong Canada. Medyo nanlalamig. Nawala yung kanilang ball movement eh.
What a pass from Tulabut to Lagman. And that'll force a timeout by Canada as we take another look. Tulabut, unselfish pass to Mr. Lagman. Another angle of it. And again, a timeout called by Canada. We shall take a short break. back to the action right here as we take a look. In number 10 of Philippines, Mr. Tulabot, 23 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists.
Yung 23 points niya parang quietly ginawa, no? Hindi ganun ka-impactful eh. Pero now that they have the lead back, eh talagang masasabi mo nga na he was one of the contributors dyan sa rally na yan.
Definitely looking to provide more. Meanwhile, good defense coming from Lagman. Tulabot running, another pass, good passing, but it won't end up in a bucket. They try to get it back, but it's on the floor, ends up with Canada. Here they go. Kickball violation possession staying with Team Canada.
We talked about this earlier. Canada having a great first half, but ang tanong is yung sustainability. Diba? Because of, well, I understand, they only have 9 players in the roster right now. So, magiging challenge talaga yun. Yung, kung kaya bang ma-maintain at ma-sustain yan hanggang fourth quarter.
Definitely the consistency will be an issue. But as of right now, Adelantar will miss on that attempt. Hilot, no look pass to Peña for a bucket.
And every time the big guy runs the break at nare-rewarda, it's a beautiful sight to see. That's why itong si Eugene Peña, alam niya na mabibigyan siya. Kaya naman andun talaga yung effort na tumakbo at bumaba.
Having the likes of Eugene Peña on your team, definitely a convenience. Meanwhile, traveling violation called on Martinez.
Canada needs to settle down here, get their bearings back. Slowly, Philippines trying to break away in this game.
But Philippines not wasting any time. They cross half court immediately. Lagman for 3. That won't fall. And Sarsadias brings it down for Canada. He attacks the lane, fearless drive. What a shot! Acrobatic move coming from Ethan Sarsadias.
Ethan Sarsadias wanting to fill up our highlights. Pangalawang spectacular shot na yan here in the game. But this time around, this is a more difficult one as he needed to evade 2 defenders before going up for that shot.
And who better to make those kinds of shots than their team captain? A chance to cut it to just 5. But he won't. He tried to get it back, but Hilot gets a hold of it. Lagman out to Canapi. Lagman once again. He attacks. Pair of free throws coming up for Lagman.
The defense of Canada right now slightly softening up. No? Medyo kanina lahat ng driving lanes naharangan nila pero ngayon nabibigyan nila ng mga straight drives to the basket itong Pilipinas.
And again, that has been your point, Coach Melo. The consistency, the sustainability of whatever they did in that first half. First one is good for Kent Lagman as again we take a look in this crowd live here in the Victoria Sports Tower. Second one on its way, that is good. 2 out of 2 for Kent Lagman. Here we go. Adelantar almost losing it. Lagman, what hustle coming from Kent Lagman. But Canada counter steal. They pull one up and that is good courtesy of Caden Dino.
Pamatay sunog para dito sa Canada. They badly needed that basket.
6-point lead for Team Philippines. Tulabot out to Hilot. Lagman almost losing it. Peña one-hander. That is good from Eugene Peña.
Eugene Peña, this is what you don't want to see if you're Canada. He's enjoying the game after that basket. All smiles itong si Eugene.
He himself was surprised when that went in. Meanwhile, good pass. Adelantar sadly will miss. Peña, another good pass. Lagman attacking. Good pass. That Tulabot Lagman connection is unbeatable.
I don't know what's about this court dito sa kaliwang side natin. Pero kung sino man ang kupunan dito, grabe ang pasahan eh.
And right now, it's a 10-point lead for Philippines, but Adelantar missing Canapi on the other side. No defender in sight.
John Carl Canapi with another two-pointer. Most importantly, extending this lead to 10 para sa Pampanga.
We take another look. Again, Canada sleeping and not aware of that outlet. And we shall take a short break after this timeout. Back to the action right here. And this guy, Eugene Peña, has been big for Team Philippines with 17 points and 7 boards.
He is really big in every sense of the word. Itong si Eugene Peña. Look at those numbers for a big guy to be able to run the way he does. Bibilib ka rin talaga, you know, and yung kanyang vision and assist and that soft touch. Complete package itong si Eugene Peña.
Not your usual big man, if I may say so.
Ano to eh, guard disguised as a big guy.
That is an understatement. Meanwhile, the attack, Sarsajas. Good defense on the side of Canapi. Hilot steps on the brakes. Inside Peña, grabs it, out to Hilot once again. This time, it's Lagman receiving it. Nowhere to go, sends it out, Canapi. Oh, what a pass! Was that a pass or a shot?
Ang importante, pasok para sa Pilipinas. But John Carl Canapi is no stranger to taking those long threes. And if you're Canada, pwede mong sabihin na, sige, good shot yung binigay natin. Pero if he starts making those, sigurado may kasunod eh.
Let's take another look on what exactly happened right here. Again, you
Pasa,
know.
oh, pasa, pasa.
I mean, if you'll ask Mr. Canapi, I'm sure he'll say na pasa yun, Coach. Wala naman natang aamin, Coach, na tira
Yun
yun.
ang, yun ang literal na pass fake pero na-assist.
But this time, let's take a look. Right here. So it's a basket and one three-point play opportunity in the side of Ethan Sarsajas. Again, that guy has been carrying Canada on his back. But right now, it's not enough as they're down by 11. Hilot finds Lagman. Now it's Tulabut. Baseline drive. Good for Chester Tulabut. Chester Tulabut says it's eating time for Philippines. 13-point lead, Adelantar. Unable to sink one home. But it's Martinez. Another pass. They have nowhere to go. They almost get the leather. Sarsajas for 3. Still won't go for Team Canada. Martinez gets it back. Shot clock down to 11. Inside, another pass outside. And Martinez will sink a 3.
Deliver Canada. Makahinga ka ng maluwag, no? Finally, nakashoot na rin kayo ng 3 points dito sa parte na to ng court because they've been limited to only 11 points here in the third quarter while allowing 29 points para sa Pilipinas.
Again, that is a big disparity. But right now, Hilot gets the steal. No foul call. Good defense by Canada. Martinez. Now it's still with Canada. Martinez the cross. One-hander off foot won't go, but a follow-up for Jacob Langman.
Nobody there able to track down itong si Langman. He was just lingering there in the middle kaya nakakuha ng rebound doon.
It's down to 8 points. Philippines still on the driver's seat. Canapi. The pick from Eugene Peña. Out to Peña. They almost lose it. Lagman recovers it, but a foul. Looks like going to be called on Stephen McDonald. So make that the fourth team foul already of this team from Canada. Meanwhile, the Philippines, one more foul to give. Canapi, oh, the steal. Sarsajas, the hustle and the basket.
Finally, nagising na itong Canada. Oh, another steal and another easy basket.
Sarsajas doing everything he can.
And just when we thought Philippines was gonna blow this game wide open, balik sa apat itong Kalamangan.
Meanwhile, what a pass from Pineda to Chester Tulabot. How do you like that one?
May sinisilip pa itong si Tulabot dun sa kanyang braso.
Let's take another look. What a pass. And again, Tulabot loving that shot, flexing. And, you know, Adelantar, nothing he could do but to respect that shot. And more importantly, makes it a three-point play. And that will do it for our third period. It's 71-65. Just a 6-point lead correction. Make that now a 10-point lead. Or rather, just a 7-point lead. As Philippines still on top at the end of 3 quarters. We shall be back for the start of the fourth. Back to the action right here in our PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024. And it's 72-65, a 7-point lead as the Philippines still on top, but Canada not backing down anytime soon.
That was a very strong third quarter that we saw para dito sa panig ng Pilipinas. 32 big points. Pero itong Canada, nagising towards the latter part of that third quarter. Prior to this 20-point performance, 8 points lang sila na limit dyan sa third quarter. So that the 12-point run that they had, that was very crucial in getting them back here in this game.
You know, that has been because of almost one guy. That's Eden Sarsajas, their team captain.
Oh.
But as of right now, they're still down by 7. And Lagman will fire one. Unable to make one. Rebound by Langman. Martinez handles the leather. McDonald will miss that 3.
An early shot from the outside para dito sa Canada, uncharacteristic for them.
Meanwhile, Lagman escaping for 2. It's back to a 9-point lead. Sarsajas, though, fading away. We'll have something to say about that.
Tough shot para dito kay Ethan, falling away off after that turnaround shot.
Eden Sarsajas doing everything he can to carry his squad. Meanwhile, Lagman sends it out. Pineda, the cross. Pineda. Another send out. Lagman for 3. Sends one home.
Philippines able to weather the storm Balik muli to a 10-point lead itong ating kalamangan. And Lagman already has 12 points here in this game. 3 guys in double figures para sa Pilipinas. Peña and Tulabot with 17 apiece.
Philippines able to make it a 10-point lead. Pineda, another send out. Lagman for 3. Almost going in, but not quite. Meanwhile, Martinez, another send out. McDonald, nowhere to go. Almost losing it. Langman inside. Won't go. Good defense on the side of Castro. Meanwhile, still with Canada. McDonald for 3. Won't go in still for Team Canada. In Pineda, the hustle. And Tulabot will complete it.
We're seeing a different Philippine team right now. Hindi ito yung first half eh. Ngayon sila naman ang nag-out-hustle dito sa Canada. As we take a look at this play, muntik pang mawala yung bola pero sinigurado pa rin na maipapasok itong si Chester Tulabot, who is leading all scorers right now with 19.
So it's a 12-point lead for Team Philippines. Sarsajas. And a foul going to be called on G. Castro. So Canada retains possession. Adelantar will find Tabisola. Now it's Sarsajas. Fading away. That's good. Once again for Ethan Sarsajas.
He loves that shot. May mga fall-away jumpers. That's a must-have for any two-guard.
Must have indeed. And for Canada, it's a must-score situation. Meanwhile, Lagman steps back, finds Castro, intercepted by Langman. Adelantar, the cross, able to complete the basket in transition. Make that an 8-point lead for Team Philippines. Slowly but surely, Canada finding their way back.
No, there's still a lot of time for Canada to mount a comeback. Para sa Pilipinas naman, they cannot be complacent here. At yun na nga, ang ginawa dito ni Kent Lagman, knocking down another 3-pointer, 15 big points para sa kanya.
Not complacent indeed. Meanwhile, Sarsajas tried to answer back, but that won't fall. 11-point lead, but that's a turnover. So 4 minutes gone by in our fourth period. Again, still a lot of time. No reason for Canada to press the panic button. Sarsajas thought about the 3, losing it. What hustle from Philippines, but Canada gets it back. Sarsajas unable to make it. This time it's Pineda. Able to get himself a chance to shoot some free throws.
That was a fishing expedition para dito kay Iverson Pineda. He was outnumbered that time. Dalawa yung depensa pero still, nagawa niya ng paraan na mapasabit.
First one is good for Iverson Pineda. Under 6 minutes remaining in our final chapter. 1 out of 2 for Iverson Pineda. Sarsajas not wasting any time. One-hander off the glass.
This guy could score with both hands that time around. Yung floater niya using the left hand. Kita mo rin yung skill set nitong batang to, no? At yun, kitang-kita rin yung extension ng forearm.
And again, Canada loving those turnovers. As they're down by 10, let's take another look on what happened. So we see Iverson Pineda again, the overextension of that elbow. So Canada right now, a chance to capitalize. Sarsaja sends it out. Adelantar for 3. That won't go in. Sundiang Forward pass. Good find to Kent Lagman.
And that's the value of the big guys nitong Pampanga. They could rebound the ball, they could dribble it, and sila na rin mismo pwede nang mag-assist papunta doon sa kanilang mga wing players.
And Philippines so far leveling up their style of play. Able to make it a 12-point lead once again. Let's take another look. Sindiang being swarmed by two red shirts. In Lagman, touchdown.
Look at that, no? After the rebound, couple of dribbles, already scanning the floor. Hindi na nga pinatagal yung bola sa kamay niya.
12-point lead. Sarsaja. Fading away. That's still good for him.
Same spot, same result. 3 tries already from that left short corner para dito kay Sarsadia.
Team captain Ethan Sarsaja is doing everything he can. Right now, Jay Castro attacking. And a foul going to be called on Sarsajas.
That slight push causing that foul para dito sa Canada.
So over 4 minutes remaining in our fourth and final chapter. And Castro will miss that first free throw. Once again, we are in the Born 2008 division. And still 3 games left after this one, so better stay tuned to our PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024. Meanwhile, that's 1 out of 2 for Jay Castro. Philippines with an 11-point lead. Sarsajas, misdirection, what a move!
And that look-away move really made that layup possible. Yung depensa talagang akala ipapasa niya.
You gotta love the hustle, the effort of this guy. The team captain doing everything he can. Cuts it to a 7-point lead. And what a game it has been for Ethan Sarsaja, the team captain of Team Canada. But we shall take a short break. Back to the action right here. And what a game it has been for Ethan Sarsajas, the team captain, doing everything he can with 25 points and 9 boards.
He's only 1 rebound and 4 assists shy from a triple-double performance. But I'm sure that's not on his mind. Ang gusto niya mangyari dito talaga makasungkit ng panalo.
Definitely obvious, you know, doing everything he can, every effort, every ounce of sweat being put in this ball game. You know, time is slowly running down, but that time, good defense from Langman. Meanwhile, Tulabot gets it back for Team Philippines. Shot clock down to 4. They send it out. Lagman for 3. That won't fall. They get it back. Still won't fall. Canada finally getting the leather. Langman, they lose it. Leo Dolilot picks it up. He has it. Scores in transition.
Kita mo naman kung gaano kadiin yung drive na yun, itong si Leo Del Hilot. Other players would have gone for the layup already, pero siya, he took an extra dribble to make sure na wala nang katabi dun sa spasyo niya.
And you gotta love the IQ of that guy, as Martinez will miss that 3-point attempt.
More than the IQ, tawag doon, mama. Pero ito, Sarsadias forcing another steal and getting another easy basket.
I think that 27 points for him already.
Ganda ng anticipation niya, especially sa mga crossovers, huling-huli.
You know, talk about, you know, having active hands on defense. If I may say so, wala Eric Salamat.
Kulang na lang sumaludo eh.
Meanwhile, off the glass, Chester Tulabut, not yet done. We're back to a 9-point lead as we're seconds away from our twilight zone. And Sarsajas, again, someone will have to help him. Nowhere to go. Adelantor for 3. Air ball. And to make matters worse, Giancarlo Canapi entering the ball game. The primary ball handler of this Canada team, itong si Jaden Martinez, also getting out of the basketball court. Being replaced by this guy, another Jaden, but this time it's Aguada. And we're in our last 2 minutes, as announced by our cum laude venue announcer, Justin Corpuz. Meanwhile, Canada.
Si Sir Chief yan.
Exactly. Big time. Meanwhile, speaking of big time, that's no good for the attempt from Chester Tulabut.
That was a daredevil drive. Wala dito kay Tulabut. Believe ka rin naman dito sa Canada. That was Jacob Langman. Without any hesitation, sinabayan din talaga.
And a timeout going to be called right here by Team Philippines as they're up by 9 points, and we shall take a short break. Back to the action right here as we see our PSL bosses, of course, Commissioner Alan Kaidik, Deputy Commissioner PJ Simon, and of course other PSL officers responsible for our PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024.
One of my idols, Coach Bob Cozy Ilanga. Partner talaga ni Depcom PJ dun sa Davao. And when we visited Davao for a basketball camp, talagang grabe yung alaga sa amin. Ano?
Of course, thank you very much to our big bosses. Again, making our PSL Global very possible. But as of right now, Eugene Peña tried to muscle his way inside, but will get awarded with 2 free throws.
Jacob Langman could not believe that he was called for a foul. Pero ang ganda kasi nung pag-initiate ni Eugene Peña ng contact dun.
I mean, it's ironic. He dons the number 0, pero he goes 100% every time.
Zero daw kasi. Zero, walang relax.
0 relax indeed for Eugene Peña as he makes it a 10-point lead for Philippines. Meanwhile, Canada, it's Sarsajas once again. Not that time, Hilot gets it. And no one there to guard Giancarlo Canapi.
12-point lead para dito sa Pilipinas with 1:15 remaining. Still mathematically possible pero mahirap-hirap to for Canada.
Mathematically possible, but, you know, improbable. But as of right now, that's a 3-pointer. Hilot almost losing it. Just a 9-point lead for Team Philippines under a minute remaining. Peña, though, will make it 11.
Needs to be something quick para dito sa Canada.
Meanwhile, Canada, the pressure is definitely felt on their side, and a traveling violation called.
That was a clear traveling violation for Ethan Sarsadias. He saw an opening on the defensive end and nagmadali in the process. Shuffled his pivot foot.
And again, time is not Canada's friend right now. They're down by 11. And Philippines not slowing down anytime soon, but luckily a violation called on Chester Tulabut.
Something could have been avoided for Philippines. Hindi na kailangan umatake doon, and they could have used as much time as they can.
Meanwhile, that is no good. Last 25 seconds remaining of our fourth period. And I think Team Philippines will just burn the clock right here. And
No need to shoot here. It was a great first half para dito sa panig ng Canada. But Philippines, that strong third quarter really spelled the difference. And they never looked back after that.
definitely, again, you gotta give props to these boys from Canada. You know, matching the physicality, matching the hustle of even out hustling Philippines at one point of the ball game. But as of right now, Team Philippines will get the last laugh as they will get an 11-point win right here. Congratulations again to Luid Kapampangan representing the Philippines in our PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024. And of course, it has only been one guy to really light it up for the side of Team Philippines, and that is Chester Tulabut, our best player of the game. 21 points, 8 boards, and 6 assists.
An impressive performance for Chester Tulabut. He has been a recipient of great passes from his teammates. Siya talagang hinahanap at hindi niya pinahiya every single time. Almost a triple-double performance for him. He is definitely the leader of this Pampanga Luid team.
And definitely someone to be scared of for the other teams that's gonna face the Philippines. But as of right now, again, congratulations to Team Philippines. And stay tuned, there's still 3 more games ahead of us. There's only the first one, so stay tuned to our Facebook page and to our YouTube channel. And up next, it's New Zealand going up against United Kingdom, only here in the PSL Global Championship Challenge 2024.